citywide insulation, providing installation services for your home. Check Electric for all your electrical needs. Lakeland Landscape Service for your residential and commercial landscape design and installation. Maritime Plumbing and Mechanical, offering 24-hour emergency plumbing service. Prestige Custom Cabinetry and Millwork, your style, your needs, your budget, our cabinetry. Smoky Barbier Heating, whatever it takes. And by Bartow Builders, building a tradition of quality and honesty that goes beyond measure. And now, your host and producer, Brandon Bartow. This is Welcome Home.
Good morning to our listening audience. This is Brandon Bartow, and you are listening to Welcome Home on 1240 WOMT. Today, our guest is going to be here to talk about the real estate environment here in Manitowoc County. If you have questions for our guest, please call 682-0351. Once again, that number is 682-0351, but we do ask that you stick to the topic that is relevant to today's guest. Today I have Vickie Seehafer from Aspire Real Estate Group. Vickie, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Brandon.
It's great to have you here. I am sure there are some people out there that have little knowledge of Aspire Real Estate, which may be hard to believe because you guys are out in the public and doing all kinds of community activities and community events. But could you just give a little background about Aspire Real Estate? So how long have you guys been around?
Actually, Brandon, we opened Aspire Real Estate Group in November of 2014, so we are fairly new. However, I have had 11 years of real estate experience in my background, and we have built a team of extremely dedicated, hardworking individuals that have the same game plan as Aspire strives to meet.
That is certainly the case. I've met quite a few of your team, and they are incredible. What is your title and position at Aspire, Vickie?
I am the broker-owner of Aspire Real Estate Group.
Okay, and so can you explain to our audience, once again, just to break things down and maybe help people understand, what is the difference between a broker and a realtor?
Okay, the difference between a broker and a realtor, when you go to school, pass your test, and at that point you would become an associate salesperson. At that point, you have to work for a brokerage firm that physically holds your license.
Okay.
There has been a change in the state. It used to be you could go and get your broker's license and come right out and basically hang your own shingle. However, there is now a 2-year requirement that you have to be an associate salesperson working under another brokerage firm.
Okay.
At that point, you can then go back to school, go for your broker's license. Many people have their broker's license and remain working under a brokerage firm, or at that point, they can go ahead and go out and start their own company, or do as I did. Took the 10, 11 years to get more experience under my belt. Had great agents that worked around me during that time, and then decided it was just time for me to go ahead and put my plan into effect.
That's great, and we're glad that you've done that. You've been a great addition to the city of Manitowoc as well as Manitowoc County. How many realtors are on staff at Aspire?
We currently have 15 realtors that are now working for Aspire, each with their own special little niche, so to speak. Okay,
and the way I understand it in the real estate world, they, as realtors, they are able to, some of them are able to, depending on maybe the effort or the time that they want to dedicate to that. Some of them are able to work other jobs, maybe look at this as a part-time position, and obviously, and then there's other people that will do this full-time. This is the only thing that they're doing all day long. Is that correct, or is that just an assumption?
Now, that is correct in certain cases. However, at Aspire, we strive to have most of our agents working full-time as real estate agents. We feel that it's important to be able to be in the market, understand it completely, and if you are going to represent your client or your customer in the best way, this really needs to be a full-time position. Is that to say that, part-time doesn't work? I'm not saying that. However, in our situation, we strive to maintain that full time so that each customer or client is getting that full attention that it deserves, on a 40 to 50 hour a week basis.
Okay. Interesting. That's good. Is there a niche that Aspire has? Like, is there a typical house that Aspire Real Estate goes after, or a typical buyer, maybe a price range, or is it the full gamut?
No, we do the full gamut. We try to be able to be well versed in dealing with all of those areas that you just spoke about. There is a need for certain specific things in Manitowoc County. I noticed a need for, the rising Hispanic community. We have a Spanish-speaking full-time agent that is within our office. We have, in choosing, specific people that are now working there, we have contracting backgrounds that have left those positions to come forward, and that brings a lot to the table, especially when you're working with either commercial properties or residential. If somebody's, can we move a wall, can we this, that helps to have that background all relating to the real estate industry.
Right. Yeah. Very being well-rounded and well-versed in lots of different things. Interesting. That's good too. What is your region at Aspire? Are you guys, is the best way to put it, are you specific to Manitowoc County? Can you, with your broker's license and or real estate license, can you go statewide? And do you guys take listings in surrounding counties?
When working in real estate, it is best to work in a market that you are familiar with. So Manitowoc County, obviously, being a market that all of the agents in our office are familiar with. However, we do branch out to the surrounding counties around Manitowoc. We also do quite a bit up in the Northwoods. We handle a lot of vacation properties. Great thing about that is with the internet today, as far as marketing and advertising, we can go ahead and do that as well. Most people today are on the internet looking to buy or looking, if they're thinking about selling, trying to get an idea of what their property is worth. So we can branch out. I do highly recommend, though, if somebody wants their home listed in Milwaukee, I would suggest at that point that you can contact one of our agents. We would be happy to refer you to a good agent down there who would be able to better meet the needs of that customer or client in that specific market.
Yeah, because they're going to know the market better than your agents here.
That is correct.
Yep, makes good sense. Does Aspire Real Estate do anything in regards to commercial properties? Do you guys sell commercial properties? Do you get into that, or are you strictly residential?
No, we absolutely sell commercial properties, whether it's small business, larger, industrial. We can handle all of those needs at any point in time. We handle lease options. So if anybody has questions regarding those, types of concerns, we can certainly handle that.
Awesome. Vickie, we're going to take a short break here. When we come back, we're going to talk about the real estate market in Manitowoc County.
Perfect.
At Bartow Builders, we have what it takes to make your project a complete success. We offer 3D design, project management, in-house carpenters, and the support staff that is there in the time of need. Building a home is as much about investing in the physical materials as it is about investing in a quality builder. Let the professionals at Bartow Builders ease your mind and provide the guidance you deserve. Visit bartowbuilders.com today to see why so many choose us for their new home construction.
When it comes to putting the finishing touches on your walls, call the plastering contractor with 65 years of exceptional, affordable, unmatched quality and service. Call Albert's Plastering Incorporated. One call to Albert's Plastering will get your project done, start to finish. Board hanging, and plastering. There when you schedule them, the job completed to your satisfaction. Let the highly experienced crew at Albert's Plastering take your job start to finish, whether it's a brand new home or remodel project, service and repair work, residential or commercial. Each job is given individual attention. Call 920-825-7373 or visit us at www.albertsplastering.com. Let Albert's Plastering exceed your expectations. We look forward to working with you.
Do you keep an idea file full of printouts and clippings of things you'd want in your dream home, but aren't sure how to get started? Hi, this is Paul Brown from Brown Building Center. Bring us your sketches, photos, whatever you have, and watch it come to life with the help of our experienced designers and the latest CAD software. Come see us today. We'll help you create one really great house, perfect for you, your family, and your budget.
Build it, fix it, do it now.
In Manitowoc, Brown Building Center.
Did you know that at Prestige Custom Cabinetry in Millwork, we offer a wide variety of quality cabinets that will enhance the beauty of your home for years to come? Let our personalized designers work with you to create the space you've always dreamed of. Family owned and operated, Prestige Custom Cabinetry is a full-service custom cabinet company. To experience our distinctive quality, we invite you to stop into our showroom on Packerland Drive in Green Bay or visit prestigecabinetry.com for more information.
For all your plumbing needs, turn to the people you can trust for getting the job done right. Maritime Plumbing of Manitowoc. Maritime Plumbing is dedicated to superior customer service and competitive prices that you can depend on. They have a variety of tankless and traditional water heaters. They can even do custom kitchen and bathroom remodels. And yes, if you've sprung a leak, they still fix leaky pipes too. Give Maritime Plumbing a call today. You'll be glad you did. 920-682-8794. Maritime Plumbing. We won't drain your checkbook.
Lakeland Landscape has been serving the Lakeshore community since 1973. During those 40-plus years, we have had the opportunity to meet new people and develop friendships that are very important to us. If you have landscaping in mind for 2016, now is the time to start planning. From initial concepts all the way through implementation, we can guide you through the entire process. We offer free design services that will guarantee that you end up with the right plants and materials for your particular landscaping needs. Please call Lakeland Landscape at 682-5707 or go to lakelandlandscape.com for more information.
And now, let's get back to Welcome Home here on 1240 Radio WOMT.
Welcome back to our show, Welcome Home. My guest today is Vickie Seehafer of Aspire Real Estate Group, and we are going to talk in general about the real estate market in Manitowoc County. Vickie, could you just give me a feel of what's going on? I mean, is there inventory out on the market for the potential buyer? Is now a good time to sell? Can you just talk in general about those types of things?
Well, right now the market, our inventory levels are extremely low.
Okay.
So we need properties on the market in order to sell more homes. In 2015, it was the best year since our pre-recession of 2005. Oh. So we had in Manitowoc County alone, there was an 11% increase of properties sold from 2014 to 2015. Great. Right now, one of the biggest struggles that we are having is that we have pre-approved, ready-to-go buyers that, in that price range of $90,000, say, to $150,000, looking for that, 3-4 bedroom ranch, single family, with the fence. So that is an extremely sought after property type at this point.
Okay. So that helps our listening audience. If there's anybody out there that's looking to make a change or do different types of things, it allows them to consider that. Is there is there a particular process that a potential buyer will go through prior to coming to you? So you talked about pre-approval. And you had said that these people come to you, say, I'm looking for this type of house. What is the best way for them to start that process?
First and foremost, I recommend to anyone looking to purchase a property that the number one priority is to be pre-approved. Being pre-approved and then going to your agent and having that conversation about, what type of property you're looking for helps alleviate issues that can happen down the road. We don't want to take you looking out for properties in, let's say, $150,000 range if you're really approved for more or for less. So it starts with that guideline, and, with the market where it has been to where now it has come, now is the perfect time to buy. Rates are still, very low. There are still many, many great loan programs available, with little or no money down that carry a very low rate. So if you go in, the more prepared you are, the better the outcome and the more smooth the whole process will be from start to finish to close.
Okay. So do you guys work with some of the lending institutions in the area? I mean, maybe not directly work with them, but I'm assuming that you have relationships with them that you can push people to different avenues with multiple different local lending institutions?
We do. We have an excellent relationship with many of the lenders here in Manitowoc County. We also have an on-site lender who can answer many questions, on an immediate basis, which is a great asset to have. The other lenders in the county also can be extremely helpful, and they will guide that person into the best program that will fit their current needs or their current financial situation. So there's, I have great things to say about what the lenders do here in Manitowoc County.
That's good to hear. Off the air, we were joking at my stupidity from years past that I had this misconception that, when it comes to real estate and you're talking to a realtor, you would call that person if you're looking to sell your house. Talk about as a buyer, I guess I never thought about that I could engage you, Vickie, as a broker realtor to look for a home for me. And that would be another option. I don't know that everybody in the general public understands that.
That is true. You can have, first of all, the biggest misconception when you're looking to purchase a property, you can choose any agent to take you into that property and show you any home, within the state of Wisconsin.
So if there's a sign sitting at the end of the driveway, it doesn't mean that you have to call that particular person with that the name is on the sign and the phone number is on the sign. They could call anybody that they have a relationship that has a real estate license.
That would be correct.
Okay.
So at that point, if you decide that you're going to want whoever you choose that you're going to work with, make sure that you have that some sort of a relationship or a referral from someone else, because purchasing a home, obviously, it's probably the biggest purchase you are ever going to make in your entire life. So you want to be sure that, you are taken care of and that agent is going to have your best interest first and foremost always.
Right. Yeah, and that was actually something that I had here for another question. I would assume that the relationship portion is just as important, or that connection is just as important as the numbers, that the agent has produced. So how many houses they've sold or how many buyers they've connected, having a relationship and having that referral is probably just as important, and making sure that they have that trust. I mean, that's no different than in my business. When somebody comes to me and chooses me over another builder, they have to feel comfortable, they have to feel trusted, and I'm assuming that's the way it is in your business as well.
That's absolutely correct. I would recommend to any buyer or seller, do your homework. Mm-hmm. Ask people. You have a number of friends, relatives, family, coworkers. They've worked with agents. It really is the best place to start when looking for who you'd like to work with.
Okay. All right. We're going to take our second break in the program. When we come back, we're going to talk about what makes a good seller and what makes a good buyer.
Stop what you're doing for a moment and visualize your kitchen and bathroom. You've dreamt of updating, so why put it off any longer?
This is Brandon Bartow of Bartow Builders. We would like to help you see that dream. At Bartow Builders, we can provide you with the 3D version of your transformation and walk you through the project all on paper before the work even begins. Updating your kitchen and bath will add value to your home, increase the efficiency, and create a sense of pride in the largest investment you own. Stop imagining and let us begin your project with quality 3D design. Visit bartowbuilders.com today.
Electrolux at Bitterman Appliance TV Furniture has delivered delicious meals for over 90 years. With features like perfect taste convection ranges for flavorful, evenly cooked dishes, refrigerators that help keep all of your ingredients fresh, and dishwashers that offer a perfect clean. Exceptional taste starts with Electrolux and Bitterman. Buy Electrolux kitchen appliances now and receive a qualifying dishwasher or convection microwave free at Bitterman Appliance TV Furniture, Sheboygan and Manitowoc. Bitterman is your home delivered.
Furnace on the fritz? Whether it's a quick fix or time for something new, you need a dealer who knows what it takes to warm things up. And a Bryant dealer does whatever it takes. It takes attention to detail, the right tools, and friendly, knowledgeable service. Bottom line, it takes a Bryant dealer to bring the heat.
It takes Smoky Barbier Heating Incorporated. Call 920-682-2073 or find us online at smokybarbierheating.com.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
At Carpets Plus of Manitowoc, we have a reputation you really can stand on. We've been servicing your flooring needs for 30 years and providing you with selection, service, and know-how that you've come to depend on. We carry a wide selection of vinyl flooring, hardwood flooring, and carpeting from America's leading mills, which means exceptional value that you'll love. Stop by our showroom at 2719 Calumet Street in Manitowoc and see for yourself why Carpets Plus of Manitowoc is the place to shop for carpet, vinyl flooring, and hardwood flooring, and free estimates on flooring installation.
As a full-service electrical contractor, Czech Electric is the premier electrical contractor for all your industrial, commercial, and residential wiring projects. Part of the Lakeshore for over 35 years, Czech Electric has the advanced resources to provide your home with the electrical system designed for your lifestyle. For complete plan design to the smallest service call, you can rely on Czech Electric for quality work and precise installations. Let Czech Electric bring innovation and value to your electrical project. Call Czech Electric for all your electrical needs.
Czech Electric. The difference is quality.
You're listening to Welcome Home, presented by Bartow Builders, here on 1240 Radio, WOMT.
We are back, and I have my guest, Vickie Seehafer from Aspire Real Estate Group. Vickie, right before the break, we talked about how we should bring up some things that would make a good buyer and a good seller. Let's start with the buyer. We kind of touched on that a little bit, but I'm trying to help our general audience out there be prepared when they come to a group such as Aspire and are looking to buy a home. Once again, we talked about pre-approval. That's probably one very important step that they can take. And is there other things? I'm assuming that you guys are going to want maybe a list of things that they're looking for in a home and their wants, maybe versus their needs, those types of things.
Yeah, that's true. Again, pre-approval is number one. That's a great place to start before you even go out looking. Second of all, write down what you would really want in a property. Start with that. What are your wants? And then out of your wants, let's break that down. And what do you really need? Mm-hmm. Based on our approval, price. And then we can start and work from there. If we can add those extra wants, that's great. It's a good idea to know, do I want a single family? Do I want a two family? Am I looking at a condo? What am I looking at? Kind of sit down and put those things together, so you have, some sort of an idea that we're able to fulfill those things that you're looking for. Without that, it makes it, a bit difficult, and it tends to you start looking at all these properties, and they all tend to run together. So, especially, couples, husbands, wives, we have one wanting a two-family and one, or a two-story, and one wanting a single family ranch. We need to get on the same page. So those kind of questions, ask yourself those questions. Sure. And have those answers, and we can go ahead and then fill those wants and needs for you.
Something that I would think would be the most obvious prepared piece of information that a buyer could give you, but maybe I'm wrong, is location. How often is it that a buyer comes into you and says, it doesn't matter where I live? It doesn't matter if I live in, I'm assuming that they will say either rural or, town or city, but do people come to you and say, or is it oftentimes that they will come to you and say, I want to specifically live in Francis Creek, or I want to live in Valders or the city of Manitowoc, or do they not necessarily give you that information?
No, typically they do have a general area they would like to live. Just on the outskirts of town, little bit of land, perfect, ideal property, and then we work from there. We try to get as close to that location, and again, those wants and needs as we possibly can. And a lot of times during that process, as we begin to go out and look, I think they begin to realize and put it all together that may not be, at the top of the list, unless, of course, you're looking at something like maybe school district, or, they have to live there for a specific reason based on employment. Mm-hmm. But typically, we come to common ground on that.
So I would say, listening to you and actually having this conversation right here, it makes me think, I would think that the most important thing that somebody would have to do as a buyer would be to be prepared to compromise. Because I'm assuming that there's, like if they have a list of 10 different things, I'm assuming that, you list them in order, and let's say school district is number one. Well, we can get you that school district, and we can get you the 3-bedroom ranch house, but we can't you're going to be on a well system and a septic system that you're going to have to maintain as opposed to the city water and sewer. So those are some of the things that I'm assuming that they just have to know that they're not going to hit them all unless they build new.
That's correct. Compromise is huge. And that compromise is not only between the parties looking for the property, but also, again, between, agent and that relationship so that everybody can work together.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. We have a phone call. Let's take that call, Lee. Good morning. You're on Welcome Home. How can we help you?
Good morning. I just have a easy question. Say I'm interested or I come to you and I want to buy a condo. Don't know much about it. What advice, plus and minuses, would you give me on buying a condo? I'll hang up and listen to your answer.
Thank you very much. Vickie, take it from there.
In regards to buying a condo, people use that property type, either they're going to downsize or, they may be traveling half the time, want to come back and forth. The positives of a condo, obviously, would be you don't have to maintain your lawn. You don't have to shovel your snow. There is, the monthly fee to take care of all of that. So when looking at condos, you want to make sure, again, they are in all different price ranges, all different locations, and you want to find the one that would best suit you. We've got condos on the market from, 4-bedroom down to 2-bedroom. So if you're, looking for that type of a property, we would be happy to sit down, pull those properties, find out really what your needs are. Is it going to be, something that you need large enough to, support the grandkids coming and, lots of family and things like that, more times than not? Or is this something that, 6 months out of the year you're here in town and the other 6 months you're going to be away and you're just looking for something, that could be a little bit smaller? So we can absolutely help you with any of those questions.
So when it comes to condos, since the question was raised, I was always under the assumption that a condo, was maybe a certain size complex, maybe almost like a duplex or something of that nature. But that's not necessarily the case, correct? I mean, you could condo any type of building, correct?
That's correct. If you, different types of condo, let's take, the river lofts. That's a different type of, that's in a building. You have units that there's might be two condominiums in one building. You might have, an 8-plex. You can have, you can build a duplex that you condo out each side, and there's only 2 people in the association. So there are many different types of condos, and that's why it's important to know what would fit your needs best.
Great. So, Vickie, we're wrapping up the show here, and I want to make sure that I give you the opportunity to have people reach out to you. Could you please let our listening audience know your physical location and how they can reach you both on the web and by phone?
Currently, our physical location is 711 York Street, located in Manitowoc, formerly known as the old Quilts and Silks building upstairs. Our phone number where we can be reached is 920-663-1200. And if you go to the web, you can reach us at aspirewi.com.
Great. Thank you very much, Vickie, for being on the show today. We appreciate all your expert advice. Next week's guest on Welcome Home will actually be Bartow Builders and Terry Stevenson discussing buyer beware when it comes to new construction and remodeling projects. Have a great week, everyone, and thank you for listening to Welcome Home.
Today's episode of Welcome Home, presented by Bartow Builders, was brought to you by Albert's Plastering, Bitter Newman Appliance TV and Furniture, Brown Building Center, Carpets Plus of America, Citywide Insulation, Chet Insulation,